Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for January 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for January 2024. I can't believe it's come around so quickly, but here we are. It's almost as if time is speeding up somehow. January marks the dawn of another year, but it's not just the marking of a new chapter. We also have one of the most significant and powerful transits occurring on the 20th of January. We have heavyweight transformative planet Pluto moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is really a big deal. Now, last time Pluto moved signs was in 2008 into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power structures. Pluto can be a very destructive force. It also brings the hidden to light. And in 2008, we saw one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. Now, Pluto will retrograde periodically back into Capricorn, but ultimately it will remain in the maverick sign of Aquarius until March 2043. Yep, that's a long time, 2043. Now, Pluto's influence in Aquarius, it will actually encourage innovation, especially in terms of technology and in terms of information as well. Now, there's also a strengthening of community, people standing up for their rights and what they believe in, a desire to change the world for a better place, and also a yearning for more independence. Any hidden agendas or information hidden from the collective is also set to be revealed from 2024, okay, onwards. But watch out for any distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial events or moments, because they will arise too as well. Now, on a personal note, it's actually very, very positive. It will actually influence you in a major way to transform your life, reestablish your power, exert your independent nature, do bold and daring things that you've never done before, integrate and spread your wings to fly. On a psychological level, it will help you break negative patterns, free yourself up from any self-sabotage traits or self-doubt. And of course, Mercury, planet of communication, also goes direct, making for a smoother transition into 2024. Any delays that you've been experiencing will be freed up. So if you're waiting on something, expect movement in that area. Also, good news arrives faster and solutions are found quicker as well. Generally, the collective will be accessing clear, logical thinking. You'll feel more organized to get back into a positive routine and make swift decisions or changes to enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. This is the time of year where you may also implement a New Year resolution or an intention. I like to say intention rather than resolution because it means I intend to do it rather than a resolution, which means you're kind of fixing something. So, but anyway, whatever you say, it will resonate more with you. So it actually helps you kind of like add something to your life or cut something out that is hindering your path in some way. But ultimately, planning and strategizing will be at the forefront of your mind. Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity, will be in the sign of Taurus. So you'll feel more money and budget focused to get serious about your plans and goals with a renewed fire in your soul. Also, combining all of these elements, you may find new ways of earning and saving finances to create security throughout a very ever-changing environment in 2024. There will be some bumpy times ahead, I'm not going to lie to you, but the year ahead also has so much potential to tap into. And January is literally your blueprint to start from, to reach higher than ever before, attain happiness, comfort, and prosperity. Also, we have a new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January, which is a power-packed transformational energy to get stuff done. So you really are going to be focused on shaping your reality as you move forward. Also, the full moon in Leo on the 25th of January reminds us all to shine our light, be wonderfully flamboyant, and also be humble at the same time. Now, your 8th house is actually influencing you, my beautiful Gemini, especially at the beginning of the month. And that's about transforming your finances, okay? So you'll be looking at your joint finances, things like mortgages, repayment plans, credit card debt, anything that you really want to transform and make it better. So this is the house about doing that. Also, you will be making sure that there's more money in your pocket for the long term than anywhere else. Also, it's a great time to put money-making ideas into practice. So if you've had a business idea or you have learned something to help you, especially since you've got the Hierophant there. Some of you may be learning about how to utilize certain institutions to increase your finances, or, you know, a way to transform for the better. You may be using those strategies and implementing them as you move forward in January and beyond. Also, your 3rd house of communication, finding your voice to speak loud and proud, expressing yourself and your ideas. That really influences you at the end of the month. And what's wonderful about this house, the law of attraction works really well for you now as you visualize and communicate to the universe all that you desire to manifest. What steps do you need to take in order to get to where you want to go? Also, you may even think about travel, quick trips, or even major vacations, and also feel compelled to study. Take a class of learning, go back to school or college or university, or take an online class, or even integrate yourself in some way to upskill and, you know, maybe even pick up a hobby where it helps you on your own personal development path as well. And of course, you may be a little bit more involved with neighbors or siblings or people that you haven't seen for a while. The 3rd house is actually a very positive sort of house to get people out of their comfort zone and really connect to people. So if you have been a bit of a hermit recently, I definitely see the 3rd house will influence you at the end of the month to go out there and connect to invitations or festivals or events. And you may even be planning for the year ahead, things that you really want to do that excite you, almost like as a plot point throughout the year of something to look forward to. You may book it now, or put it in your diary or planner to make sure that you don't forget about it when the time arises. But ultimately, you've got the Hierophant as your first card there. And I feel, you've got the 10 of Swords there and the 2 of Swords. I feel you're a little bit meh about 2023. You're glad that it's over. I feel like you've had a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like you're having faith that 2024 is going to be a better year. And I definitely see it's going to be for you, okay? You're very empowered. I feel that you're reestablishing a relationship and a connection with parts of yourself that you lost touch with. I definitely see that, there's some wishes that are going to be delivered for you as well. But you're in a very cerebral energy as you start the year. So you're going to be super organized. You're so glad that you're leaving that last year behind, and you're ready for a new beginning. Also, I feel like you may be getting very organized, decluttering your life in some way, getting on top of tasks or routines and easing yourself back into the everyday circumstances, because your 8th house really is kind of like the humdrum stuff, the tasks and responsibilities that we all have to look at. So I feel like you're being really honest with yourself. You're being very clear thinking and also very practical at the beginning of the month as well. It's almost like you're setting yourself up for the rest of the year of how you want to conduct yourself going forward. Now, also, the Hierophant is a card of your beliefs. Some of you will be looking at traditions, things that you do this time of year. You may want to shake that up a little bit, but also I feel like you're in the flow of doing some things that perhaps you normally do. Now, I'm actually seeing someone writing a list and then burning it, maybe in some sort of ritual. So perhaps you are offering up intentions, wishes that you desire for the year ahead. I definitely see some of those wishes, the majority, I feel, the big ones are actually going to be delivered, okay? Also, this is a card about knowing yourself on a different level, because I feel you have had some ups and downs in 2023. They're actually showing me, this is very interesting. It's very scientific, let's put it that way, what I'm seeing in the water right now, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. They're showing me 2 little metal balls, okay? They look very much like, silver metal balls, and they're on two paths, and one path is very linear, it's very straight, and there's a gradient. So how do I even describe this? So the gradient I'm seeing, it's like this, and the ball is at the top, and it just goes down the gradient. And then there's another line here with another ball at the top, and there's loads of ups and downs in this, so it's not completely straight. There's little ridges where it's ups and downs, and with the way they're showing me is like both balls, they leave the top at the same time, but the ball that has a path that goes up and down, it gets to the destination faster. So I feel you have had some ups and downs, some plot twists and some challenges in 2023, but I do feel you're going to reach your goal and your dreams and your wishes faster in 2024. So I feel almost like you're leaving all that difficulty behind. Don't get me wrong, 2024 is going to be a bit of a bumpy year for all of us collectively. But I feel like you've learnt to be flexible. I feel like you've learnt to use your knowledge. You've learnt to open yourself up and your mind and your intuition to trust the process. And I get this card of you being a little bit stricter with yourself when it comes to time this year. I feel January in particular, you're looking at where you waste your time and where you don't want to waste your time anymore, cutting out things that don't serve you, breaking old habits, because this is a card of tradition. And you've got the Ten of Swords here. So I feel like some traditions you're keeping with you, but also I feel like you're breaking some old habits, things that perhaps are not good for you anymore. This is a time of year where people do sort of say, I'm going to give this up, or I'm going to do this for the month of January, or, there's that energy coming out. So that's an obvious one for everybody. But I feel you in particular are actually going to really cut out some negative traits. We all have them, like, for example, procrastination or not believing in yourself, having low confidence in some moments. Not all the time, of course, it fluctuates, but I feel like you are having more compassion for yourself, and you are actually having more time to think, but also to act and to do stuff, to action stuff. So I feel like getting peace of mind, taking a pause to really reflect on what you really want and visualizing it, so important. Some of you may have been so busy last year that you were always on the go and you didn't have time to really take stock of all the things that you accomplished and really, give yourself credit for those wins and celebrate. And some of you didn't even have time to really manifest, truly, like sit with yourself in deep thought and contemplation in order to visualize the way ahead. And I feel something about you this year, there's more of a spiritual approach, more of a peace of mind, where you're trying to manage stress levels, take your health really seriously, and empower yourself so that you can implement your plans and structures and really, hit the mark and, accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Also, inner teacher does indicate that, all the answers are within you and they will come to you when the moment is right. Trust in your vision, trust in yourself. Of course, we can get advice from people outside ourselves. That's really important because sometimes we're in the middle of something and we can't see the wood for the trees. So it's important to sort of branch out, maybe soundboard, things off people that you really care about or really trust. But ultimately, the answer is within you. And I feel, you're making some great decisions for yourself in your life. And I feel trust the process is what's coming out strongly here. Now, also, some of you may be looking at courses, especially since you've got the Hierophant and your third house is influencing you. You may be thinking about like new hobbies or things that you're really interested in, maybe things that you used to really enjoy when you were younger, or things that you've always wanted to do but never done before, because this is a year, especially Year of the Dragon. This is about being bold, daring, and going out there and doing things that are new. So a lot of firsts will happen this year. And, in terms of global events, there'll be a lot of firsts as well, especially in terms of technology, in terms of, government changes and policies. There's going to be a lot of those things happening too. But on a personal level, I feel like these firsts are going to make life really interesting for you there too. Now we do have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like a graceful ending to a, new year, a hopeful beginning. It can be that like a point of epiphany where suddenly you realize where you've been stuck throughout the whole of 2023. or even before. But also the Ten of Swords can be like a painful end of the year. Like, you are so done and dusted with 2023. It is over. So I feel there's a sense of duality about you in this energy. It's like you won some things, you lost some things, you had some disappointments, some expectations didn't go your way, but at the same time, I feel like you're really grateful for all the things that you do have and did accomplish. So I feel like you are really balanced in the energy, but also the Ten of Swords is like cut and run. It's like, done, over, not looking back. And with the Two of Swords there, I feel like perhaps 2023 was a year of stillness. This is coming out for a lot of signs that, 2023 was about taking stock of what truly matters in your world. And that may be, a running theme for you for the last 2 or 3 years. But ultimately, I feel like now you're marching to the beat of your own drum. You're doing what's right for you. And I'm just going to pull a card on that Ten of Swords there. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So you're looking at how hard it was, or the work, everything that you invested, your time and attention to. And it's like, well, it feels like nothing changed, but at the same time, everything changed. And I feel like you are looking at the slow processes in your life. You've been very patient and you're waiting for something, maybe some success or some news there in some area of your life. And you're wondering what to save, what to bring with you in 2024, okay? Now, we got the King of Swords, which, of course, is your energy, my beautiful Gemini. So this is about you reconnecting to your sense of self, but it's also about judgment. So I do feel this Ten of Swords and, if you have a look right there, we've got that Seven of Pentacles. So this figure, they've put a lot of hard work in, and they're looking at the reward. And, some stuff still in motion, not ready for picking just yet, and there's only like one pentacle there that has been able to be picked. So it's almost like all that hard work for that. So some of you may feel a little bit disappointed in some area of your life. The King of Swords is like taking back control, really judging the situation and seeing clearly what you need to do next and what's working in your life, what's not working in your life. And the Ten of Cups is like you have a vision for the future that is obtainable, that you will have happiness, that happy ever after, that peace, that serenity, that good fortune and well-being. And I feel like you're actually visualizing a brighter future. You're paying attention to your thoughts, because thoughts become things. Words are spellings. They're cast out to the universe, and you're actually casting your reality to some degree. So I feel you're really heightenedly aware of what you tell yourself and what is accomplishable. And I feel you've got everything to play for this year. Everything you can visualize, you can have. Whatever's in the mind can be in your hand. And I definitely see that you are ready to get busy on your plans. You're organizing. I feel like you're sorting the wheat from the chaff, as it were, and decluttering your life. And that includes like people, substances, experiences, places, environments, anything that's toxic or doesn't resonate with your heart. It's left in 2023 with love and light, and it's gone. And I feel like you're not looking back that way either. Now, also with that Seven of Pentacles and the King of Swords and the Ten of Cups, for some of you, it's almost like I get a sense here that you're saving the good stuff in order to relocate. I just get this energy of like someone sorting through actual items in order to go, you know what, I've outgrown this. I'm going to either gift it on or upsell it in some way, or gift it to like a home that will love it. Because I feel like some of you may be moving or relocating. So you're sorting through actual things. That's what I can see right now. And that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I just get an energy of that coming through as well there. Okay. Now we do have the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Swords is also a card of pause. And this is the beginning of January. So I feel like you're very much easing your way into January. And I feel like, it's almost like you need to take a break in order to consider your options, or the break that you just had, the holiday that you just had, gave you an opportunity to work out what's right for you and what's not, and what remains in your life and what is certainly being left behind. This is a card of finding peace of mind in order to eradicate drama, but also in order to, get clear thinking, to consider your options. You may feel a little bit uncertain about the way ahead. And I feel you're having faith that you don't really know where you're headed. You have a goal in mind. You don't know how you're going to get there, but you know that you're going to have a lot of fun along the way. And I feel like you are opening yourself up to some really exciting things. It's really important. You're actually in a very great state of mind, even though we've got the Hierophant there, the Ten of Swords, and the Two of Swords. I definitely see that, there may have been a lot of endings that have occurred for you recently, but that means that there are new beginnings, new chapters for you. And I'm just getting this sort of energy of you looking to the future, kind of saying, okay, the goal that I have, it seems overwhelmingly big. But at the same time, you trust in the universe that the path will become clear. And I definitely see January is a month of clarity for you. This is a directional month where you're looking at where you feel like you belong, the path that you want to be on, your true life's purpose and mission, and, focus on direction. You have the Chariot card there at the end of the month, which means you're committed to your path. You're going to make progress. You're actually going to see some really wonderful moments. An opportunity comes in your way. We got the Eight of Swords as well there. So if you've been feeling stuck in some area of your life, or you've been feeling that life is just a little bit repetitive and dull and boring, 2024 is going to be totally different for you. And I feel like you're being really honest with yourself, releasing yourself from any form of denial to see things as they truly are. So for example, and this is just an example that's coming up there, many years ago, I went through some very difficult things, and I was a bit of a recluse for a while. And all my friends were like, you need to get out there more. You need to go out and find like a partner. You need to just get out there on the dating scene and all of those things. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm just, maybe tomorrow. And, I did intend to do it. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. And I was like, yeah, but maybe tomorrow. Or this isn't right. These circumstances are not right. I want to earn this amount of money. I want to focus on this thing. My life's a little bit in chaos right now. They were excuses I was giving to myself because I was scared of opening up to the possibility of meeting someone new after being really broken by another human. Okay, so, sometimes we tell ourselves things like, oh, we'll do it tomorrow, or we'll do it. Well, I actually feel you are looking at this year like there is no time like the present, because tomorrow is always tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, there's this saying, tomorrow never comes, because tomorrow is always tomorrow. Because every time you utter that word, it is always ahead. It is always tomorrow. It's never today. It's never now. So I feel you are really looking at 2024 like the time is now. I'm making stuff happen right now. And that's why you're being very clear thinking, like, okay, what do I need to do? And I feel like you're following your heart. Now, we do have the Lovers card here, which is wonderful because it does actually connect to your third house. And the third house, of course, is all about the law of attraction. And the Lovers card is, again, about attracting what your heart truly desires. At grassroots, that's literally what the card is. It's about setting a vibration out to the universe, almost like your soul song out to the universe of what you desire. And I feel that's your springboard, your starting point. And the universe is responding by saying, okay, well, this is the direction. Hop aboard. Let's go towards where you need to be. So I feel like you do have some options. So with the Two of Swords and the Choices card, because the Lovers card used to be called the Choice card, I feel like you are making some big decisions that will affect your life infinitely going forward. This could be a move, a relocation. It could be some travel, a journey that you take, a spiritual journey. It could also be a course of learning that will transform your life in some way. But ultimately, I feel like you're looking at what is, familiar in your life, and you're wanting some of that, but also you want major change in order to bring more excitement, spontaneity into your world as well. Variety is a spice of life. And of course, this is a Gemini card also. And I feel like you are reconnecting to parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. Some of you, and this is like a running theme for a lot of signs for 2023. It's like, to some degree, you may have felt like you were on autopilot, almost like 2023 like sped on by, and suddenly you're here and you're like, well, that was a roller coaster. It's almost like you didn't have the time to really reflect like perhaps you may have had in the past. And I feel some of you, it's not that you've pushed emotions to the side. I feel like you are very sort of like running on autopilot. And now these emotions, this sensitivity is starting to rise up within you. And I feel like you're looking at hobbies or things that you really enjoy and sort of going, I want to get back to that. Okay. Now, some of you, if you're in a high level commitment with a partner, we do have the Nine of Pentacles here and the Nine of Cups. I feel like you'll be deepening your relationship with your partner. But if you have been going through a divorce, I feel like, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I feel like you get a new lease of life. And even though, it may have been hard and, it may have even caused a lot of like moments where you had to look at the choices that were made, and there may be some regrets or not some regrets. Either way, I see this new lease of life and a wonderful, brighter future to look forward to is what I see there as well. And if you're looking for love, I feel, the month of January, especially at the end of the month, there is a high potential for you to meet someone. Now, I don't feel, even though the Lover's card there and the Page of Cups has arrived in your reading as well, I don't feel love is your priority for the month of January. I mean, love is important, and it is one of the most important ingredients in the world at large, but I feel this is more about where your heart belongs and what it is you want to accomplish and the necessary steps to get there. The Chariot card indicates success, triumph, being self-disciplined as well there. Now, with the Lover's card here in this position, some of you, especially with the Nine of Pentacles in that position as well, it's like you got it in the reverse. So some of you have, I'm getting two energies here. I'll address the financial aspect first. Some of you may have overspent a little bit or lived a little bit in excess over the last couple of months, and now you're getting serious about your financial plans, and that really is that 8th house influence, but also the cards have shown up for you. So anything that's in the resistance position at the beginning of the month, it turns into the upright by the end of the month because you're addressing it. So I feel like, you may have done some emotional spending. When you have that one person that you truly care about, or maybe many, in your family, you may have decided to gift. Not everybody gifts, of course, but because you love them, you want to spoil them a little bit. And sometimes we can go a little bit overboard. Not everybody, but I'm feeling a little bit of energy coming through. So some beautiful Gemini out there may have done that. And now you're getting serious about your financial planning, and you will recoup that finances. Okay, so I definitely see if you're worried about finances, or if you are, thinking about increasing your finances, I definitely see you manage to do that and be self-sufficient financially. Also, the Lover's card, it can be, of course, about partnerships. Some of you, if you're in a business with somebody and it's just not working, I can see, you actually terminating that contract, ending it, even though you are undecided. You may feel that you're the one putting all the effort in, and I feel you may go independent, and some of you may even, go abroad or have even more international links because you decide to go independently. But I feel you're actually following your heart ultimately, and you're doing what's best for you. And some of you, if you're thinking about setting up a business with people that you really care about, I definitely see that you're implementing some sort of contract, and I feel that there will be a lot of money coming in, that it will grow exponentially, where you will have to hire more people in the future there too as well. Now also, the Lover's card in this position, at first, it can indicate some of you feel like you haven't been truly following your heart, or you haven't been able to because life has just been throwing a lot of stuff at you, and you're like, okay, now you know where you're at. It's almost like you needed to get to a point where you could take a breath or catch a moment where you're like, okay, which way is up? And now I'm here. What do I need to do next? So I really feel that you are recalibrating in some way in the month of January, and restructuring as well. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, initially in the resistance position, it's in the reverse. So this can indicate some financial setbacks. I've already mentioned that there for you. But I feel like, you will recoup that money. And some of you may take on extra work, or you have been overworking yourself and you haven't been able to do some things that have been fun. You may have picked up extra shifts, or, you may have just kept your nose to the grindstone in 2023 because, you needed to save for a large purchase, or just save in general. And, the price of living and everything has been increasing. So I feel like some of you are playing catch up with that. And I feel 2024, you're going to find new innovative ways to create second streams of income, or, do a side hustle. I just feel like there's a duality here where there could be two streams of income and even more. Okay. Whether it's you like writing a book, because you've got a lot of swords here. This is all about communication, writing, expressing yourself. So where you are expressing yourself, you'll find that you can actually create finances as well there, because people like to hear what you have to say, and you've got something important to say. So whether it's through like a book, a memoir, a course of learning, some of you are the actual teacher. So you may create like a course online for people to know what you do. And some of you will actually like, create a blog or something where you use your form of expression in order to communicate, and you'll connect on so many different levels, because when you speak, my beautiful Gemini, you connect to the heart, and you also connect to other people's hearts as well. So, you'd be a great leader. So if you're thinking about moving up in the working environment, I definitely see some sort of elevation there, but it seems very much like you start a new position. And you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. However, I see you working your way up. And I feel, you're really someone who could rally the troops to fight for a good cause, or, a humanitarian cause, or, just have your back, because you actually speak from the heart and people can see that level of authenticity about you. So I definitely see that if you're thinking about second streams of income where you use communication, or you use your voice, or speak from your heart, that's where you can really, help people, but also there is a reciprocal exchange of wealth there as well for you, as that's coming in there too. Now we've got the 9 of Cups. It's in the resistance position. Some of you may feel that you haven't had those wishes coming true yet, but this is a year that will change everything for you. And I feel that you're going to have those wishes show up as well. And there's going to be one major one that comes in the month of January. Okay, let me see if I can... Sorry, they're just giving me something. It's very random, the way they're giving this to me. 8 days and 3. I don't know what that means. That's very old, kind of like English. 8 days and 3, you shall see what is truly meant for thee. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, 8 and 3. So that's obviously 11. That's a great path number. 8 and 3. I mean, on the 11th of January, we have the new moon in Capricorn. So that is a power pack transformation energy. So maybe there's some really awesome news coming on that day for you. That's a very precise, I don't even know if that is actually a poem or a piece of prose that's online or anything like that. I'm going to have to check that out. But that's just come in from my guides. So look out for that date. 8 and 3. I'm guessing I'm supposed to add 8 and 3 together. Okay, so I'm going to move away from the energy, but look out for, the 11th of January, or maybe you'll find out what 8 and 3 means. Okay, maybe it's 83. I don't know, 83 days into the year. I'm really not sure. So I'm going to leave it like that, but there is something big coming for you that's really positive there as well. Now, this is not going to resonate with everyone, okay? And it's coming through, and my readings are not about aesthetics, but some of you are wanting to get back in the gym to shift some perhaps seasonal weight, or you want to get back to best in some way. So again, that's not going to resonate with everyone, and I really do not like mentioning that, because we are who we are in this moment, and we should love ourselves exactly as we are. But I feel this energy of discontent with some people out there who are like, you know what, I can't wait to get back and, implementing exercise routines, or, even just getting out there and walking in nature. I'm just getting this energy where you want to channel it into a healthier way of living. So that's coming through there as well. And you will accomplish that. I feel like you stick to your willpower, and I feel like, you assert yourself in a way where you can do it quicker than you normally would. So, I'll leave it like that. But these 2 cards, what's really wonderful, they're in the reverse at first, but they end up in the upright. Now, the 9 of Pentacles is to stick to your plans, focus on what's important to your heart, and complete the work at hand. And I really feel like you're going to be very disciplined. You're sticking to your program, as it were, and you're trusting your plan will unfold. But also, you're being disciplined with your finances. Okay, I feel like you are keeping a tight rein on your finances, budgeting really well. But also, the 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment. Okay, so something comes in for you, which is quite exciting. And I'm guessing it comes in on the 11th, maybe, but, that's probably not going to resonate for everyone. I mean, could it even come in on the 8th? 8th and 3? I mean, that could be like the 8th day of the 3rd month, or the 3rd day of the 8th month. So I'm not really sure. I haven't been given an exact date on that. But the 9 of Cups indicates, some sort of dream coming true, and that, you're going to enjoy the moment, celebrate the moment. And I feel also, because there's so many swords in your chart, there's like a major revelation where it's like life is for living. And I feel like you're responding differently to challenging situations. You're turning things around and you're thankful for the lessons they taught you. But I feel like you're in a new cycle now where you're not going to rush in. I feel like you're thinking about the next steps. And I feel actually there's a lot of good stuff coming your way. And this year will not disappoint. But that Nine of Cups is a really wonderful card. If you're wishing for love, it's showing up for you. If you're wishing for finances, it's showing up for you. If you're wishing for a calmer environment, it's showing up for you. And if you're wishing for travel opportunities, it's also showing up for you as well there. Now, we have the card of empowerment. So that's reestablishing your power in a situation, feeling more confident. But also it's the Chariot card, which means any goals that you have, because you're going to be very goal-oriented, you're going to be very productive this month, getting stuff done. I feel like you ease yourself in. But also things start to get to a quicker pace as you hit like the second week into the third week of January for you. And I feel like you're in a period of doing. You're dedicated to those plans. You are making progress. And I feel like you get some sort of win or successful communication that comes your way. It's going to make your heart sing, whatever it is, because we've got the Page of Cups here. It's about following your heart and the universe showing you a reward for following your heart. And the Chariot card also can indicate some of you are thinking about traveling, or you've booked some sort of quick getaway at some point at the end of January there, or at some point in January. But this is a directional gauge. Do I take a left or do I take a right? Each of your cards in each position so far is about making a decision. We've got the Two of Swords, so it's like you're in between worlds, having to make a decision in some way, or you're having to do a lot of juggling and balancing, and you're multitasking and doing a lot of things. Also, you've got the Choices card, so you have some options to look at. And of course, once you know the way, because the way will become clear, suddenly you will take the necessary steps and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Some of you may even decide to buy a car in the month of January. I definitely see you're going to love it. Now, I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Eight of Swords. If you already have a car, okay, I feel that just get it checked over. Okay, I don't see anything like negative there, but I do see that there is the potential for a breakdown, like to be stranded somewhere briefly. I don't see that you're going to be like stranded like in the middle of nowhere, but I'm just getting this energy of like MOT, Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's like you may have to, call someone out, or you may have to actually, give a little bit of money to have it checked over before. I mean, the universe sends you a resource, so it's like, it's always the way, isn't it? If, for example, an extra bit of money comes your way and you're like, yeah, I get to save that, and then the universe goes, no, this is going to break down, so you got to use that money. We sent you that money because you're going to have to use that money for this breakdown. So I'm just getting that energy. Don't worry, though. There is another resource on its way, and the universe will replenish those finances. But the Nine of Swords is like, what a frustrating thing there. So I feel it's important for you to check that over. That's not going to resonate with everyone, of course, but it's just worth checking it. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is showing up for you again, so it's like you'll give out a little bit of money, but still you're going to have a lot more left for yourself to save. So I definitely see that you'll work through that, no problem. Now, what's really interesting about this is with the Nine of Swords present, it can also tell me that some of you have been having a few sleeping problems. Your sleeping patterns are off. We've had some very strong moon energy recently, and I feel that has played a little bit of havoc, especially the Cancerian full moon. That made everybody feel really emotional, really drained. So it's almost like you're really tired, a little bit overtired to the point where you can't sleep. So that will shift in January. I want you to be aware of that. But also, this can be like beauty sleep. Okay, so it's like if you've been feeling extra tired and you've been super busy, I feel like you're looking at creating balance and harmony in your life in order to find time to get better sleep. Going to bed earlier, or limiting the amount of time you're on your phone, or on the computer, or even like watching TV, those things, and getting out into nature more as well. These may be intentions that you're setting for yourself in the month of January for the rest of the year, and you will stick to those resolutions as well there. Now we do have that Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is an interesting card because it really is about facing all the things that need to be faced, okay? Having the courage to look it all in the eye and say, right, I need to change this. So whether it's like you're looking at your closet and saying, you know what, there's about 20 things in this closet that I haven't worn in about 20 years. I got to get rid of this. Or it's about, I've got a hole in my shoe. It's time that I saved up and bought myself a new pair of sneakers so that I don't keep getting my feet wet when it rains, and it's always raining. So I feel you're looking at things that perhaps are necessary to do around the home space or just in your everyday life, and you're facing it, you're doing it. So even things that built up in 2023, I feel like you're on it, so on it in January, and you're going to be a real force to be reckoned with. It's almost like I see you spinning lots of plates, but it feels really good. It feels like you're not having a chore, even though it is a chore. It just feels like, right, I did that, what do I do next? You're in the mode of doing. And also, the Eight of Swords is an interesting card because it's a self-imposed restriction, okay? So it can indicate that you're looking at areas in your life where you've believed something for a long time, and suddenly you have an epiphany moment where you're like released from it. So, for example, especially since the, Lover's card there is present, some of you may have been looking for love for a long time, or may have even been single but not looking for love for a long time, and you're like, you know what, it'd be really nice if I had a partner, and but you may have just been in a mode of doing and being very self-sufficient, and in those 3 a.m. thoughts, because we all have them at some point, you may lie there and think, you know what, why have I not got a partner? Why am I not with someone who loves me right now? And you may even think, and I'm not talking about everybody here, but there may be a moment where you're like, am I unlovable? Well, the answer is no. And 2024 is going to prove that to you, because suddenly, I feel like the lesson to learn was self-love. And once you have completed filling that cup up with self-love, then the universe delivers, a partner, a soulmate in your direction as well. So I feel a lot of you may have had thoughts in the past that have kept you feeling stuck. So for example, if you are someone who is awesome at singing, but you are crippled with shyness or stage fright, you may actually get over that this year and say, you know what, I'm going to be flamboyant. I'm going to embrace my natural talents and skills and say, here is me, I'm singing, and there's no fear. I feel like you're letting yourself out of the cage, whatever cage it is that you've built for yourself. Because sometimes we do that. We get into an element of complacency in our lives. We have our natural repetitive cycle or routine that we do. We get up in the morning, we get the kids ready for school if you've got kids, we get to work if you're at work, or we have tasks or projects that we work on if you're retired. It can also be that you come home of an evening and you're exhausted and you sit in front of the TV and you scroll the TV, seeing if there's anything good on. Normally there's not much good on, but you'll find something that really resonates with you. And then you may fall asleep on the sofa, or you may take yourself to bed and then repeat. So I feel this year you're looking at those routines in your life and saying, I'm going to shake life up a little bit. What do I need to change? How do I need to get out there, meet new people, meet new experiences? And these experiences, they don't have to cost money. Some of you are getting involved in the community, or getting involved in a charity, or you're actually distributing your time by helping out, or, connecting to friends that you haven't seen for a long time. I definitely get a sense here of you wanting to reach out a little bit more in the year of 2024. And of course, we've got the Page of Cups. Pages bring news. So there is something that is going to make your heart sing with joy, and it's good news, but also it's about you following your heart, following your bliss. Now, I also see that there is going to be someone who gives you a compliment, and it really makes you see yourself in a new light. So it's almost like someone meets you, it could even be for the first time, but they say something really profound about you where you're like, I never really thought about that in regards to myself. And it's really a magical moment. Okay. So in the month of January, someone's going to give you that compliment. And, I just feel it makes you look at yourself in a different way where you're like, oh, and it's a beautiful moment. Okay. So I feel like you'll enjoy that moment there too. Now, the Page of Cups, of course, is to do what you love. And it's also a card of open-heartedness, to trust that the universe is going to bring you some wonderful opportunities. This is about embracing life and the everyday with curiosity, with innocence as much as possible, because of course we are all aware of some really nasty things going on in the world at large, but I feel like you, to some degree, are trying to do everything you can within your power to change your patch of the world or change the world to be a brighter place. But I feel like you are trying to also embrace the playfulness, the cheerfulness in life, and have a heart full of hope, allowing yourself to wander, to roam, to have adventures. And I feel, you're trying to get into the dance of life with your soul song. And I feel, yes, you have gone through some hardships, and some of you are still going through those moments, but I feel there's something different that's changed within you, and your approach to 2024 is full of light, hope, and I feel like there are some miracles on their way for you as well there too. Now, in terms of finances, I do see that you are going to be financially independent. Some of you may actually launch a business or something from home. Second streams of income, I've already talked about that there for you. But I actually feel like you're going to be comfortable financially. So I feel what you give out, I feel like it comes back to you, and there's going to be a little bit extra to save. Nine of Pentacles, whenever you see it in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the figure has saved 6 Pentacles, and then given out 3 Pentacles to whatever she wants to purchase, or, so it's about investment. And I feel it's not just about finances for you. This is about you conserving your energy and your investment in relationships, situations, environments that are healthy for you, and recognizing that, sometimes you overgive to situations or people that don't deserve it. And I feel like you're being more discerning about the way you channel your energy and making sure that you have more energy for you and all the things that you want to accomplish, because sometimes you leave yourself a little bit short, because I feel time perhaps has been a bit of a factor. Okay, I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you before I close your reading. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Be community. Okay, so I did get this energy of you being a little more far-reaching or reaching out a little bit more. I mean, the bee represents busyness, but also sweet reward. So I definitely see that you are going to be on the go. And as you can see, that wonderful bee is on a sunflower. Sunflowers, they only follow the sun during the day. So I feel like you're only going where your heart feels happy. And I feel like you're not allowing anything to be second best in your world, and you're not accepting less than you truly deserve in 2024 at all. I feel like you have built very healthy boundaries for yourself. It says here, you are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. I definitely see that you are. You are the queen of abundance. Now, male or female, it's not a gender-specific reading, of course, but I feel like you are attracting more good things into your world. Also, bees are integral to our ecosystem and our environment. So I feel, as I said, your spoken word, anything that comes from your heart, is integral to people around you, whether they want advice from you, whether it is that you're creating something that helps other people. I feel like you've come to this lifetime with a mission, and I feel like you're excited to get moving on that mission as you move forward through 2024, okay? Now I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune for you before we close. We have the peace symbol, okay? So peace of mind. You are going to be very cerebral. As I said, you're going to create a space to lower your stress levels and take the pressure off, but also peace of mind, clear thinking, and also peace for the world. I feel a lot of you are focusing on that, peace for the world. I think we're all asking for that. I love this. Look at this. You've got the Chariot. A chariot trinket. I'm loving it. It's like a carriage there. Now, some of you may actually, commit to your partner in a deeper way. I think I mentioned this. Some of you may settle down with your partner, move in, or even get engaged or married to your partner. But this carriage indicates you're forward moving. Your plans are going to be heading in the right direction. You're going to reach your goal. You're going to be very successful. There is triumph here for you as well. Also, I do see a move happening for you. Whether it's relocating to a new neighborhood or even going abroad, I see some sort of movement happening there too. Maybe it's even a promise to travel. And oh, look at that. You got the sun rune. Okay, so again, you're only going where your heart feels happy. You're following the sun. And this is a rune that indicates awakening, seeing things as they truly are, investing in your own happiness and, personal development and growth, as well as positivity, abundance, prosperity, and joy. And I feel like you're leaving the difficult times behind and you're embracing new times ahead that are going to be so positive for you as well there. But also, I feel like you're being really realistic and practical at the same time. So a great start to the year ahead. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Gemini. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.